Hey, everybody. My name is POIAB, and I am the founder of Your Own Pathway. So, welcome to my first episode of why I decided to start another channel on my YouTube to discuss about mental well-being in the workplace. So, I decided to start this series to really have an open and honest discussion about how work is impacting so much of our mental health, rather, regardless of if you are a worker or if you are in leadership or if you're the founder, because honestly, mental well being in the workplace is something that is not really acknowledged or discussed right now. And it is 2025. And in order for us to change, we have to acknowledge and have these type of conversations to really educate and be aware. I wanted to do this series because, as a trained psychotherapist who worked in grief, loss, and trauma, and being an employee assistance program therapist, I learned a lot about the struggles of what people were struggling with related to work. And it's not surprising that so many people are having issues or are stressed and burned out from work because we spend 40 hours or more at work. We spend more time at work than we do with our own families, our friends, our own loved ones, doing the things that we love because honestly, 40 hours or more is a lot. And so that impacts how we feel, how we show up at work, how we show up at home, how we show up to our loved ones, how we show up to anything that we are in. And so, as an EAP therapist or employee assistance program, I had the privilege of working with people from Fortune 500 companies, from people in middle sized companies, and people in small companies. And I heard a lot of the same things over and over and over. And since the pandemic of 2020, it is not your imagination. Things at work have gotten way worse, especially here in America, where we live in a capitalist society and everything is about doing more with less. And with that type of mentality, we are seeing more and more people being overexhausted from work, which is not only impacting their mental health, but it's also impacting their physical health, their spiritual health, and anything that they are involved with. So, this is why I wanted to bring this new series to really talk about leadership and the things that I hear in leadership and how to be a like more self-aware leader and how to really bring the human being in the workplace versus just the human doing, and to really talk about issues that a lot of people may not be ready to talk about, especially about toxicity in the workplace and especially about trauma in the workplace. More and more people are more traumatized from work ever than before. And as someone whose specialty is trauma, we don't think that we see trauma in the workplace. When we think of trauma, we think of trauma, oh, us seeing violence, war, car crash, or anything that's life threatening. We are seeing more and more trauma at work, and especially it's the emotional and the psychological abuse that we are seeing more at work. And so that's why I really wanted to start this series to educate and inform everyone out there about how to protect yourself, how to, is it sustainable? Is it, do you stay? What's in your control? What's not in control? And when is the time to start planning your exit and what to do after that? And talk about layoffs, talk about being fired, and how all of that has the emotional impact on our mental well being and our psychological well being. So, that's why I wanted to start this series. And there are lots of things that we're going to talk about. And people are probably wondering, why, Paya? You're a therapist. Like, what do you know about this? It's like, regardless of what industry you are in, regardless, like, I don't know anything about sales. I don't know anything about law. I don't know anything about what tech. What I do know is that regardless of what business you're in, human behavior is all the same everywhere. Humans are the same. Humans have emotions. Humans have feelings, and those are going to be the same regardless of where or what industry you work in. And so that's something that I do know about is the human emotion and the human connection within yourself and with each other. So that is something that we are really going to focus on is again the human connection, the human emotion, and how that shows up at work. Especially even when employers say to you because of being laid off or being fired or something happening in business and saying it's nothing personal, don't take it personal, or it's not personal. As a human, regardless of the situation, no matter how understanding you are, it's going to be personal. You're going to take that personal, and how to work around that, how to, if you are a leader or an organization that has to do that, what is the most humane way to talk to your employees about situations that may be hard? What I hear from a lot of my clients that I work with is the inhumane way that they are being treated, the inhumane way that they are being talked to, the inhumane way of their interactions from leadership or from other people who are making the decisions, and that they're not understanding there's a lack of the human connection. And so this channel is really to focus on that along with leadership and mental well-being in the workplace. So I'm excited to do this, and I hope that you all can join me to really learn and be informed about the various issues that I see in mental well-being in the workplace. So thank you for this, and I am excited to start this series. And thank you for this. No, I wanted to do this for a very long time because there's just so much going on out there that I thought, if there's any way that I can help, I hope that I can help by educating all of you out there and educate and inform about mental well being in the workplace and how you, whoever is watching this, can really protect yourself and to say it's okay to have your boundaries. It's okay to put your well being first. It's okay to protect yourself, and sometimes, is it worth it? Is it worth it to be abused? Is it worth it to be belittled? Is it worth it to lose your humanity because of a job? And I know those are hard things to hear and discuss. And again, as I said at the beginning, in order for us to make changes, we have to start acknowledging and start talking about these topics that are really hard. I hope that all of you can join me on this path as we talk about mental well being in the workplace and why it is so important and what we can learn about leadership and having mental well being in the workplace. So, thank you so much. I'm excited. And again, this is Paya from Your Own Pathway. And this is the Leadership and Mental Wellbeing in the Workplace series. So I will see you all soon. Take care.